Hello everyone, my name is Elisa Yolanda Marbun, my NPM 21010300054. In this video, I will explain about the context of communication. Context of communication. All communication has a context. Communication happens for a reason according to my understanding. The context of communication. All communication has a context. Communication happens for a reason. Communication can fail because one or more of the overlooked participants misunderstandings and therefore communicate more effectively. It is important that the context of the communication is understood by all. Communicating, it is important how one understands why communication is. Why is the communication happening? We communicate for a variety of reasons. We ask communication to share information, comment, ask questions, express wants and needs, develop social relationships, social etiquette, etc. Communication is much more than wants and needs. Our main reason for communication changes over time just likely. Context that result in a basic understanding of the situation in which the communication is taking place, and the factor that influence the communication also becomes quite important in this respect. There is a possibility that the context might influence and overlap with each other that can make the communication even more robust. The context can be categorized as interpersonal, intrapersonal, public, mass. Context has an influence on the communication process. Context can overlap, creating an even more dynamic process. You have been communicating in many of these contexts across your lifetime, and you'll be able to apply what you've learned through experience in its context to business communication. Knowing why communication is occurring is an important first step. There are, however, problems that affect that context of the communication. Timing. Timing is fundamental to successful communication, as well as considering a suitable time to hold a conversation. You should make sure that there is enough time to cover all that is needed, including time to clarify and negotiate, talking to an employee about a strategic decision 5 minutes before they have to leave the office for the day, for example, will probably not be as successful as having the same conversation the following morning. It should be fairly obvious that communication is going to be less effective if it is conducted in a noisy, uncomfortable, or busy place. Such places have many distractions and often a lack of privacy. Perceptions. The context of communication is also governed by our own feelings about it. As already discussed, we stereotype people and therefore can develop inaccurate misconceptions and false assumptions. When communicating, we may assume that all parties know what we are talking about. We know the other person's views and opinions of the situation. We should not show any emotion. We are right, they are wrong. There are many other examples of misconceptions highlighting the importance of careful reflection and clarification in all communication.